Holly here from Your Past is a Gift. Okay, so we're back. Now, I touched on something super important in the last one. Well, they're always going to be important, but some more than others, so you want to stay with the idea. So we got to the point where we understand that the adult that did something to us, firstly, maybe they did it unintentionally because my mum thought she was doing the best for me at the time. I don't think, she never would have imagined that what she did caused me so much pain, you know? So I'm pretty sure if she knew, she'd be devastated, I think, at this point in time, because she always thinks she did the best for us, you know, and that she gave us all her love, and that, you know, she did no wrong. And in her eyes, she did no wrong, and she did no wrong. It was just that at the time, this is how I interpreted those events as they happened as a 5-year-old. That's how I interpreted what happened. And so from there, I created all these beliefs about myself, about the world. I believed now, you know, that my mum withdrew her love, and I felt that, you know, because my sister was born and she was separate, I started to see everything in the world as separate from me. I started to see myself as a separate being and not connected to anything anymore. I lost my connection. And so I saw myself, these are the things I learned from that experience of my sister being born. Firstly, how easy it is to lose love. 1 minute it's here, the next minute, gone, taken away, disappeared. The second was that we're separate. We're all separate beings. We're all separate. And then we're separate from everything else in the world as well. It's not just from each other as people, but from everything, you know, in life. So very important things. And then from there, I also created a sense of invisibility, of not being wanted anymore. And I've taken that through for most of my life. So when someone makes me feel invisible, makes me feel unwanted, I get really angry, you know, or when they disrespect me in any way. And then, anyway, so that's where we're going to today. We were going back to looking at that adult. And so for me, my mum did the best that she could. And she did love me, you know, and my sister. She loved both of us with all her heart. She didn't do anything wrong in that sense. It was just how I translated what, you know, the situation in my mind. And from there, I created all these beliefs throughout my life after that of who I was as a person and who everybody else is in relation to me. So that's what I want you to start thinking about today. What beliefs did you create about yourself from the situation you went through, that very, very painful point in time, the very first one? Maybe there were many after that, you know, that just kept recurring, the same situation over and over and over. So, because the other thing that happened too was, once my sister was born, anytime I did something that would frustrate my mum, I would get smacked. And I'd never been smacked before. So I associated that with her. You know, it's my sister's fault, because now she's here, I'm always in trouble, I'm always getting smacked, you know, for anything I do that mum doesn't approve of. And so all these other things will start to come into place from the same situation, you know? So that's what you've got to start looking at today. Your beliefs. What did you believe about yourself at the time? Did you believe that you're not worthy of love? Did you believe that you're not good enough? Did you believe that you're not wanted? Now let me address that one, the not wanted one. Many times children come into the world and they come into a house where the adults have a lot of self-issues. There's a lot of self-doubt and a lot of self-hate because of what they've been through in their life. You know, maybe they've been through a lot of abuse and a lot of pain, and they didn't know how to deal with it. And so a child comes into this world, into this house, and these parents have so much going on in their head that they just don't have room for this child, like, you know, to tend to it, to give it love, to give it care. And so if you were one of these children, I want to tell you today that it's not your fault that you weren't loved. It's not your fault. And once you understand that you are here to be loved and you are here to give love, then you'll let your life shift. You'll let your life take off in a different direction once you understand that it wasn't you. And this is what's so important to understand about the adults in our lives that caused us pain. They were in pain. Otherwise they couldn't have hurt you, or they couldn't have made you believe that you're anything but gorgeous. You know, you're anything but amazing. They created you. I mean, if you even think about how a child is created, how a baby comes into place, it's an absolute miracle. You are a miracle, you know? And that if anybody told you anything but that in your life, then you've been lied to. You know, that they didn't see the truth for you. They didn't see your beauty. They didn't see how amazing it is that you're here. And you have something to give. So I want you to think about that today. Your experiences, what you've been through, who you are. You already have that inside of you. You have that to give to others. So I want you to think about that today, because when we give, that's when we feel good about who we are. When we can share ourselves the way we are. So please think about that today. Think about you and how amazing it is that you're here and that you've survived. You know, no matter how traumatic your past, you're still here, and you're here because you're looking for answers. You're here with me because you're looking for answers. And the answers have always been inside of you. You just have to look. You have to look. Or know where to look. Because for the most part, like I said before, we're told not to look at the past. Look to the future. You know, ignore the past. And that's where the answers are. Think about it. Okay, my lovelies. So remember to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss any of the messages that will be coming your way. You want to get them as soon as they come in, because that might be the one that shifts you forever. And share them, because you never know whose life you might change by sharing one of these videos. All right. Thanks. I'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye for now.